At this point, there's about an 85% chance we're actually going to go over the cliff. The tax increases will start to take effect, the spending cuts will start to be implemented, and the longer the cliff policies are left in place, the more likely it is that the economy is going to be hurt by it. There are four possibilities at this point. The one that is least likely, to the point of being virtually uncertain to happen, is that there's going to be a grand bargain, something big that includes tax reform and major comprehensive changes in Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. That's just not possible. There's not enough time to get it done. There's not enough political support. So there's zero chance of that happening, but it keeps being discussed, so we should mention it. Second possibility is that they come up with, let's call it a fig leaf. That is just a small something or other that gives everyone political permission that, to cancel the rest of the fiscal cliff, that is the tax increases and the spending cuts. That's about a 5% chance that that's actually going to happen. There's then a 10% chance that they're going to just kick it down the road, decide to postpone everything, say this is the worst time for this to be happening, let's just create a new fiscal cliff a year from now and see if we can come up with an agreement. That's 10%. And then 85%, nothing happens at all. So nothing happens, 85%, kick it down the road, 10%, 5% little fig leaf, and 0% that there's going to be a major big budget deal in the next 5 days. From all the public opinion polling I've seen, it's not clear that people believe this is going to happen. So a lot of folks haven't come to the conclusion yet that their taxes are going up. So one of the things you need to be watching is how behavior starts to change. That is, if we go over the cliff, if they finally convinced that this is going to happen because it has happened, do people start to change their behavior because they think their paychecks are going to be affected? Second thing to understand is that their paychecks won't be affected immediately. That is, taxes will go up technically on January 1, but it may be 2 to 4 weeks before it starts having an impact on the average person, a real impact, and therefore that they spend less and save less. But that's what you want to see, which is there a growing realization up here that this has happened and oh my God, we've got to change what we do? And second, what happens when they actually start changing that? That is when it starts to hit the real economy. In the meantime, during all of that, which will happen in January, you expect Congress and the President to somehow continue to negotiate with themselves to prevent this from happening. You've got to believe that the White House would love to have a deal in place of some kind before the inauguration on January 21st.
We have a big fiscal cliff right here. He looks happy, but he's got an austerity grenade attached to his collar. What's going to happen is Clifford is going to come in here and mess this up.